Spoken just released the new album Illusion, without a doubt your best yet. Let's start with the new band lineup, if you can.
It's been 5 years since we had a record out. Our drummer Oliver was on the last record. He was on our self-titled album. After that, we added a new bass player. So Ryan Pay is our bass player. He's been with us for about, 3 years. He had filled in a couple times on guitar or whatever, and then we lost a guitar player, lost a bass player. So Pay started playing bass, and then we got a couple other guys just filling in on guitar. Right now we have a guy from Nashville filling in on guitar. It's going good though. Things are really, it's a good lineup.
Oh, cool. Now, you changed labels as well. What would you say was the big need for change, and how has that helped you as an artist? I know you spent a long time writing this album.
Yeah, well, we've been a band for a while. We've been a band for 17 years now. I'm the only original member. We just had lots of changes over the years. And with any job, a lot of people, unless it's the career they've chosen, you have people that come and go, and they're like, oh, I worked there for 5 years, or oh, I have a new job now. It's kind of the same thing with a band that's been around for over a decade and a half. So it's like we were on a label out of Newport Beach, California. We did a small label. We did 3 albums on there. Then we did 3 albums on Tooth and Nail Records, which we fulfilled our contract. They had mentioned to us about maybe, re-signing or what we wanted to do. We're like, you know what? We did 3 albums on the first one, or first label, 3 albums on Tooth and Nail. We're just going to kind of play the field and see what happens, see what else is out there for Spoken. Anyway, right around that time frame is when everything changed. As far as anybody having any kind of music or any kind of money to spend on signing bands or marketing, or people having money to buy albums. So it's like it made it a really difficult situation. So we kept touring nonstop, which we have done from the beginning. We do around 8 months of shows a year. We've gone about 8 months a year. After a couple of years, we're like, all right, what are we gonna do here? Let's try to figure this out. We need to start a record. We got to get a record written. Our fans are gonna forget about us. And so we started talking to a few labels, and it just wasn't anything that was working out, wasn't right. And then, management had contacted us and were like, hey, I'm gonna pitch you guys to E1 Music. We're like, okay, cool, dude, that'd be awesome. So, we were writing the record. We had already had, I think we had 5 songs recorded when we started talking to E1, something like that. And so management sent it to them. They liked it. Let's keep in touch. Let's see what happens as they continue to write and record this record. All that stuff. Anyway, in the end, they loved what they heard. We loved everything that they were about. They loved the history of the band. They loved how hard we, have worked nonstop, even without label support. And it's like, it's something that it's a perfect fit, is what it is. It's exactly what we were looking for, and hopefully we're what they were looking for.
Awesome. So you have a new lineup, a new label. You worked with a new producer, Jason Rausch. What did he do as far as getting this album and the sound out of the band?
And Jason was like a band member. It was completely amazing. When writing and recording, you've got a couple guys sitting there with guitars in their hand, whatever. It's kind of easier with Jason being the producer and he's engineering. Kind of easier for him to be like, oh, you mean something like this, and just to play it and track it. Like, totally, yeah. So it's awesome that he was really like a band member. He has great ideas. He understands music. He understands what makes a good song. And so literally, we were in school for the past 2.5 years of writing and recording this record because he just had a ton of knowledge that he shared with us, and it was amazing.
That's a really cool story. Now, you state on the title, that the title is about situations in life not being what they seem. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, during the writing process of the record, because it was over the span of, 2.5 years, there's a lot of life that can happen during that time frame. And, unfortunately, my wife and I, we were in conversations with people going through divorce or having affairs and all this stuff, and we got brought into the middle of that. Not like we wanted to, but, I love my wife. I love our relationship. Very open, very honest, very, even with the hard conversations and stuff. And so people that we know, they're like, hey, you guys get along pretty good. How do you do it? What's going on? And so these people want advice. Just then they dump their life on you, and you're like, whoa, all that's going on, And so a lot of times with people, when they're looking at situations, it could be with with a job. It could be with a band that they want to go on tour with. It could be with relationships. Like, they think things are better on, you know, on the other side, or with that other person, or with that other job, and they get in the situation and like, wow, this is not at all what I thought. It was an illusion, is what it was. I think we all deal with that, and that's kind of what the record came about. There's songs about bitterness and confusion, and then the record evolved into grace and redemption. So it's a concept album without being planned on being that way. And so, like I said, over the course of 2.5 years, you have a lot of life that you live, and I feel like I personally am in a better spot as a human being because of the life that I've lived in the past 2.5 years. I didn't like going through a lot of the situations, but here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is it's a hit punch in the face when you learn it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the songs. I mean, you have a great mix of melodic moments to screams and riffs. It has a little bit of everything. This new album.
Yeah, it was a cool process. It was kind of a challenge to fill in all the gaps of like, all right, we've got the heaviest song we've ever written, we've got the fastest song we've ever written, we've got a straight up ballad. How do we fill in the blanks with mid tempo stuff that ties it all together and make it make sense, and it being songs that we're stoked on? It was a cool process. It was tedious at times, but I think it worked out, and we're really, really excited about the finished product.
Cool. I'm going to say more. This album is as good as anything you've put out, and it's as good as anything I've heard in the last year, easily. Shadow Over Me and Accuser are two that jumped right out at me right away. And to be honest with you, when I was listening to it, I had my daughter and a couple of her friends here, and they bum rushed me and like, who's that?
Awesome. That's cool.
That's not bad. They're all 13, 14 years old, so.
That's amazing. Like, if it can cross all genres of music and people, that's a great thing.
Awesome. Now, with no weak spots on this one at all, what one song do you think to yourself, I can't wait to play this one tonight?
Man, you know what's crazy is that we're playing all new stuff on this trip. So we're playing 10 songs. I like them all. I like playing them all. I love how we go from so aggressive and heavy with the first couple songs to Don't Go after that. And it's a song that it's got heavy moments, but for the most part, it's something that you would just be cruising around on the radio and you would hear a song like that, you know. And so it's like it goes from extremely aggressive to like, oh, this is more, I don't know, this is more easy, you know, a little less thought involved. There's not a song that we're playing right now that I'm like, man, crap, I wish we weren't playing this song. I love being a part of all of them.
Yeah, that's important. Now, what will people be seeing from you guys when they come see a show?
You know, hopefully not a bunch of dudes that look like they're bored and unhappy to be on stage, you know? Like, we've always been a band that we give it all, no matter what. I mean, we've played for a promoter and his girlfriend before, and we played like we were in front of 1,000 people, you know? And so it's like, we've dealt with the most awkward shows on the planet. So it's not something weird to show up and be like, oh, well, 50 people, not bad, let's do it. You know, we just want to play the best of our ability. I want to hit the notes I'm supposed to hit. We want to have an energetic show. We want to let the people know that, man, we're just thankful you're here, because you could have easily been sitting at home tonight doing nothing, you know? And so we want people to know we're very gracious, and we know that we're lucky to be able to play music for one, but to be able to play it for so many years.
Yeah, very cool. That's a great answer. Now, after a few smaller shows, you guys hook up with Volbeat in El Paso on March 10th. You're going to be all over the place. Are there any plans yet for the summer and festivals and all that stuff?
You know, we kind of started talking to some festivals or whatever, but, you know, the whole thing we've just really been focused on the record getting out and all the work put into getting the record out, and then we're stoked out of our minds to go out with Volbeat and Danko Jones. It'll be the biggest thing we've ever been a part of. You know, so we're kind of like, we're trying not to get very far ahead of ourselves on what's next, because we're like, we've got some big things that we've got to focus on now. But yeah, we've talked to some people about some shows through May, June, up into August or whatever. I've been talking to in Sweden about us coming over and doing like a short run in Sweden for like October. But I don't know yet. I hope it's cool things, and I hope we're busy. But either way, we'll be on the road, even if it's just us touring by ourselves. That's what we've always done. So we'll be out and about no matter what.
True musicians. Now, you guys play Toronto on April 7th, and then you're in New York City on the 9th. Why don't you stop in Syracuse on the 8th, Brian? You got to drive right through here.
If it's a day off, we'll come there.
All right, yeah, because if we're like
we'll come there. I'll try to track down a place to play in Syracuse, and we'll be there.
All right, well, have somebody email me, and I'll give you a ton of ideas.
That'd be amazing. Like, really, we are not about days off. Like, we do anything and everything possible to not have, even if that's me playing an acoustic set in someone's living room. Literally, we cannot do days off. It's just not. It feels like wasted time.
All the pages have turned, and how I never learned. I guess some things never last. Away the tears and never let me go. Be the hope when the world is crashing down. Come wrap your arms around me. Calm the storm inside me. Feel you standing close to me. Be the hope when the world is crashing down. Come wrap your arms around me. Calm the storm inside me.
Now, you also have some personal releases coming that are available that are really cool. You're going to keep doing some of that stuff too?
You know what? Like, during this writing process of the record, you know, we were kind of just with Jason Rao. He was like, dude, just keep every idea. There's not a bad idea. Tracking every idea. Try to keep track of every. I'm like, okay, cool. So any guitar riff we had, we recorded. Any vocal melody, we recorded. My phone is full of pretty decent and horrible vocal ideas on my phone, or guitar riffs, or me doing drum beats with my mouth, on a voice memo. And so through that process of writing the record, we have a lot of ideas that, one, will never be used, or they're just not what would fit anything was spoken. And so with that, I mean, I've always wanted to do like an acoustic type thing anyway. I lead worship at churches any chance I get. I do acoustic sets at coffee shops. Like I said, if it's an acoustic set in someone's living room, I'm about it. So I wanted to play some original stuff, I wanted to play some tunes that, one, the guitar riffs on most of the spoken stuff are too difficult for me to play because I'm not a guitar player. I'm like, okay, I can play some older spoken songs. I can do some Matt Baird original stuff. I can play, worship tune or two. I can do a cover of Faithfully by Journey. I can do Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. I can do some Keith Urban, So it's just like, it's just a mutt of all of these different songs that, I can play on these shows. And so it just really has been something where I'm like, hey, that would never work for spoken. I want to expand on that for just, a personal song, a Matt Baird song. And so it's been pretty cool. Like, I enjoy it. I like it that it's not me screaming my head off or having to jump around on stage like a woman.
Yeah, it's a nice change of speed. All right, man. Well, Matt, again, thank you for this. The new album is awesome. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, absolutely. We love playing music. We love what we do. We are truly, truly lucky to be able to do this. And we don't take it lightly. We don't want to be one of those bands that don't seem appreciative, because we are. We're much. And to those of you who know, literally, we believe that there is hope, and we want to share that hope with people.
All right, very cool.